tree. So we have basically 3 things to paint. We have the hearts, the tree, and the background. So I gave you 4 colors. You could do whatever combination you like. I'm gonna do my hearts in white. My tree is gonna be black and gray, and my background, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of that blue. So the first thing I'm gonna paint is my hearts. So I am just going to put a coat of white. I'm gonna take all my hearts off. And the hearts are meant for names to be put on them. So that's why I kept them white and light, just so you could easily see your name. So in addition to the paint, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a paper towel and some water. Paper towel is to wash your brush. Water is to clean your brush. So I am just going to put a coat of white on all my hearts. I put my hearts aside to dry. I might have to go back and put some more white on those, but I'm gonna let them dry, see how they look dried. I'm gonna wash and dry my brush, and I'm gonna make a little, I have a little palette here, but if you have a paper plate or anything, I'm gonna make gray to do my tree. So I'm just gonna put white and then just a little bit of gray, a little bit of black to make like a light gray. So I'm just gonna do my whole tree with that light gray. And you could do any color combinations that you'd like. I'm just going back with like a second coat, making sure I get everything. I'm not really worrying about the edges on this, but if you want, you could paint the edges. But I'm just making sure there are no big thick blobs of paint caught anywhere, and making sure I cover everything before I move on. I'm going to take a little white and brush a little white in too to lighten the tree up a little bit. Oops. So once you're happy with the tree, you can put that aside. And I'm going to get my background. So that's how the tree is going to look. Look against it. Very nice. All right, so For my background, I'm gonna keep it kind of light. I'm gonna do a bit of a stain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash out my brush really well. And so typically when you wash your brush, you should dry it a bit. I'm not gonna dry it because I kind of want my paint to be a little bit watery. So I'm gonna brush a little. And then I have a paper towel set aside and I am going to just wipe. So I'm gonna brush and wipe. And always put, if it's too thick, you could put a little bit of water on your brush. Before I dip into paint, I'm just dipping into water. So brush and then wipe. Brush. Wipe. Wipe. So you could still see some of the wood grain come through, but you could also paint it solid. I think that'll look nice because I'm going to put some white streaks in the background as well. So I'm going to let this dry. While this dries, I'm going to go back to my hearts and put another coat of paint on my hearts. So I put a second coat on my hearts, and now while I have white on my brush, I'm going to add some white streaks in my background. So this is called dry brushing. So I have white on my brush. I'm going to take a little bit off, and I'm just going to put some streaks. Just lighten the background a little. Add some interest. And now you could really do whatever you'd like on your background, on your tree, on your hearts. I gave you a couple colors to just experiment with. Alright, so I'm going to leave all the pieces to dry. When they're completely dry, we're going to come back and put it together. We'll put our tree, and then we'll start putting names on our hearts and start putting our hearts on our tree. So I'm going to let everything dry a little bit, and then we'll come back.